Hello everyone, I'm Paul and today we're solving problem 1526, minimum number of increments on subarrays to form a target array. This is a hard one, but actually we can solve this with a simple trick. So let's start. We are given an integer array target, so let's say we are given this. And we also have an integer array initial of the same size as target with all zeros. So this would be initial in this case. And we need to return the minimum number of operations to form target from initial. And for each operation, we can choose any subarray from initial and increment each value by 1. So if this is target, we can choose this subarray and increment every value here by 1. So the new array would be 1, 1, 1, 1. And right now we have used only one operation, so the result right now is 1. And next we can choose this subarray and increment this by 1. This is now 2. Here we have another operation, so this is 2. Next we can choose this subarray and increment this value by 1. This is 2. We have another operation, this is 3 now. And now we are choosing this same subarray and we increment this by 1, so the new value here is 3. We add 1 here, this is 4. And now this and this are the same, so the result here is 4, because this is the minimum number of operations to form target from initial, okay? I like to think about this as blocks. Let's say that this is the visual representation of the problem. For example, here we need to fill 3 blocks, but we are currently at 0. If we decide to take this subarray and add 1 to each value here, now we are filling these 4 blocks. Now the thing is that we can't select the same subarray because here we have empty spaces. We don't have to fill this. And what this means is we need to take a subarray with this or a subarray with this. And this is why this problem might seem tricky, because otherwise we would just select the maximum value in the original array and that's it. That would be the result. Now the thing is we need to get the exact same array as target, okay? And usually for hard problems, I like to think in small terms. So let's say we don't have this, meaning we don't have this and we don't have this, okay? We only have this. What would be the result in this case? Well, we need to use one operation for this block, another operation for this one, another for this one. So in this case, we will return 3. Now, what if we only have these 2 elements? As soon as we see a 3 here, we know that we need 3 different operations. And then when we see a 1, given that 1 is smaller than 3, we don't need any extra operation. With these 3 operations, we have enough for this block. So the result in this case is 3. Now let's say we have this target and we start from index 0. We will have to use 3 operations for sure to fill these 3 blocks. So the result is currently 3. Now next we are here, and given that this is more than 3, we can use these operations to fill this block. So we don't add anything to the result. This stays at 3. Next we are here and this is 1. We can use the first operation here to fill this block also. And given that we only need to fill 1 block, the result stays at 3. Next we are here. And we are using the first operation here to fill this first block. Now the thing is that we need to fill an extra block. And this is the key for this problem. We can't use this operation to fill this block because we need to take a subarray with only this. So whenever we find a number that's greater than the previous number, we need extra operations. In this case, we need 1 more operation. And more specifically, we need the current number minus the previous number extra operations. In this case, 2 minus 1 is 1. So we add this to the result right now. And 3 plus 1 is 4. Meaning now we can fill this. And this is the minimum number of operations that we need to transform this into this. So we return 4. Let's see one more example just to make this clear. We start from this number from index 0. Here we need 3 operations to fill these 3 blocks. So the result right now is 3. Next we are here. And we can use the first operation here to fill these blocks, so we don't add anything to the result. Next we are here. We can use this operation to fill this block. And we need 4 extra operations to fill these 4 blocks, so we add 4 to the result. This is right now 7. So now we are filling this. Next we are here and we can use these 4 operations to fill these 4 blocks. So the result stays at 7 and we can fill this. And finally we are here. We can use these 2 operations to fill these 2 blocks. So the result stays at 7, we fill this, and we return 7. So when we go down, we don't add anything to our result. And when we go up, we add to our result the current value minus the previous value, okay? Regarding time complexity, it's big O of n, because we are iterating this from left to right, and space complexity big O of 1. With this in mind, let's go with the code. The result initially is the first value, meaning target 0. And now we can say for I in range from index 1 to the length of target. If the current value, target I, is greater than target I minus 1, we add to the result target I minus target I minus 1. And this is the entire code. This is a very short code. Finally, we return result. So now let's submit this and see if it works. As you can see, this works and it's very efficient. So if you found this useful, please drop a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.